The seven wonders of the world were a selection of architectural and sculptural achievements of the ancient Mediterranean and Middle East. The wonders were described by many ancient and medieval writers from Europe and Middle East. The original list comes from a work by Philo of Byzantium written in 225 BC called On the Seven Wonders. The only ancient wonder of the world still standing is the Cheops Pyramid in Egypt. It is the greatest and oldest of the Giza pyramids. It was built 2500 BC as a royal tomb and covers 13 acres and is believed to contain more than 2 million stone blocks that weigh from 2 to 30 tons each. It was the tallest building in the world until the 19th century. Although the pyramids were built without the aid of modern tools or surveying equipment, they are nearly symmetrical. According to legend, the gardens were built near the Euphrates River in modern-day Iraq around 600 BC. A Babylonian king created the towering gardens to please his wife, who missed her lush homeland in Persia. The gardens were described by several ancient writers, but there are no surviving Babylonian records discussing them. And archaeological excavations at the site of Babylon have not succeeded in revealing a site that can be definitively identified as the Hanging Gardens. Housed in the Temple of Zeus at Olympia in western Greece, the statues showed Zeus seated on a throne crusted in gold, precious gems, ivory, and ebony. Zeus held a statue of Nike, the goddess of victory, in his right hand. A scepter topped with an eagle was held in his left hand. It was crafted by the Athenian sculptor Phidias around the mid-5th century BC. The 40-foot statue graced the temple at Olympia for more than 8 centuries. Then it was moved to a temple in Constantinople and allegedly was destroyed in a fire in the year 462. The temple at Ephesus was originally constructed to celebrate Artemis, a goddess associated with animals and hunting. It's known for its imposing size and for the works of art that adorned it. The temple went through several phases of destruction and rebuilding. The most fabulous of these structures were 2 marble temples built around 550 BC and 350 BC, respectively. It was set ablaze around 356 BC, supposedly by a man named Herostratus who sought fame. In AD 262, the temple was damaged by an earthquake and plundered by the Goths, and it was not until the 1860s that archaeologists dug up the first of the ruins of the temple's columns at the bottom of the Cayster River. The mausoleum was designed between 353 and 350 BC by the Greek architects. It was created for Massalos, a governor in the Persian Empire, and his wife and sister Artemisia II of Caria, who initiated its construction upon her husband's death. The massive mausoleum was made entirely of white marble and is thought to have been about 135 feet high. The mausoleum was largely destroyed in an earthquake in the 13th century, and its remains were later used in the fortification of a castle. The Colossus of Rhodes was a huge bronze statue depicting the Greek sun god Helios. The statue was a victory monument designed to honor the defeat of the invading army of Demetrius in 304 BC. The Colossus collapsed during the earthquake around 226 BC. Hundreds of years later, Arabs invaded Rhodes and sold the remains of the statue as scrap metal. Because of this, archaeologists do not know much about the exact location of the statue or what it looked like. The Lighthouse of Alexandria was considered a technical masterpiece that served as the model for all lighthouses followed. It guided mariners into Alexandria in Egypt, one of the largest ports of the ancient world. The lighthouse had a mirror that reflected sun rays during the day, and a fire was set at night and at other times when it was necessary. It was gradually destroyed during a series of earthquakes from 956 to 1323. Some of its remains have since been discovered at the bottom of the Nile.